Hey guys, and welcome back. And I'm going to do a quick update on what I'm going to be doing to the '89 Chevy K1500. It has been 364 days since I installed the Amsoil Signature Series 5W30 motor oil. I love this stuff. It's got a little over 9,000 miles of nothing but stop and go driving on it. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be dumping this, going to be pulling an oil sample, and we're going to be going back with the Quaker State Full Synthetic 5W30 and a Wix XP filter. Now, why am I doing this? Well, as I told you guys before when I did the experiment that we're doing on the Toyota Tundra, what I want to do is I want to see how much better the Amsoil is than the Quaker State. This oil right here, you can get this at Walmart for like 22 bucks, and that's enough to do this oil change here. This is about 1/3 the cost of the Amsoil. Now what I want to do is I want to tell you guys about if you're not familiar about the Rat 540's motor oil testing blog. He's been doing it since I think 2013, so about 10 years. He's an engineer, and he takes oil, he's done hundreds of oils, and puts them through a battery of tests, mostly to determine the film strength. And oddly enough, the Quaker State right here, this oil, this is the Gen 3 Dexos. The Gen 2 Dexos was even better, but the Gen 3 Dexos is what this is, and this does 133,302 psi of film strength, which is phenomenal. But what is really disturbing, I'm going to say disturbing, is that this Amsoil Signature Series right here is only 111,672 film strength. Now, film strength is going to equate to reduction in wear. So the higher the PSI value of the oil, the less the wear. Now, I know there are other factors involved in motor oil, but it just goes to show you that just because, and this is a Group 4 base stock, this is a Group 3 base stock, this really should not be called synthetic oil. This is true synthetic. This is really, if we really want to get down to it, is just highly refined and hydrocracked conventional oil. This comes out of the ground, this comes out of the lab. So I've been using Amsoil. I've been a dealer since the early 90s. I use it in everything, but I want to do some testing because the oil is not the same as it was back when I started, and it's much better. So I want to see if this oil is going to be how it stacks up against the Amsoil. So I'm going to run this for 3,000 miles, and then we'll retest it again and just see how it compares to the Amsoil. I don't know what it's going to do, but I have absolutely no complaints with the Amsoil, other than it is, you know, it is a little expensive. The upfront cost, it's about 3 times more than this. So, but it's never, this oil has never ever let me down. And the filter I'm going to go with is, I love the Wix filters. They're really heavy duty, and they're very good. So I'm going to be using the Wix, and yep. So let me go ahead and get the sample pulled from here, and I'll come back with a couple thoughts. All right, so I just cut open this is the Amsoil, the EA023. This has been on for 1 year, around 9,000 miles. Just to let you guys know, the only oil this engine has ever had has been the Amsoil Signature Series 5W30, with the exception of maybe 500 or 1,000 miles with the break-in oil. But I didn't want to open this until you guys were watching, so there's absolutely nothing in there. The oil is remarkably dark. This is a high detergent oil, and what I really want to look at is if there's any shiny metallic particles at all in the pleats, and I don't see anything. This is completely what I would expect using Amsoil. I'm really want to see what the especially how the TBN number on this oil has held up over the year that I've run it, mainly because this has just been a ton of stop and go driving. Now I had magnets on here, but I can't really, you can kind of faintly see where there was one in the bottom, but I had them on the side. I'm gonna switch and start using some really super, like 220 pound pull magnets. The stronger the better. I'll put a link down in Amazon where I get them. They're pretty inexpensive for the strength. But I see nothing at all amiss. And the cartridge portion, the filter media is extremely heavy duty. It's very well built. This is a really good filter, so nothing out of the ordinary here. I'm sure this filter could have gone probably at least another year. I don't know if I would run the oil another year. You know, severe service, this oil is guaranteed for 15,000 miles. With regular service, which I don't think anybody really does unless you're just on the highway all the time, and warmer clients, it's good for 25,000 miles. But yeah, I'm very pleased with the result. So anyway, see, there's a little bit of the magnet material. I'm scraping on the bottom with my finger. This is stuff that would normally pass right through the filter media because it's smaller. So having magnets on your oil filter, if you have a metal container oil filter like this, is highly beneficial, because you're just removing additional wear metals that would be circulating around the engine. So if you have one of those cheap plastic made filters, that canister that you just replace this, well, you're out of luck. So I would suggest maybe getting a magnetic drain plug. But anyway, so nothing unusual, nothing amiss here. So one thing I do want to do is I want to show you guys what the oil analysis will be, but I'll have to wait till I get the sample back, and I will do that video when I change the oil again, and we'll cut open the wicks filter, and I'll share the oil analysis from this one.